being pretty, powerful, and purposeful, being a true testament that everything I've been through, am going through, and will go through has just been a blessing in disguise, and paving the way for Jasmine Enterprises to be known around the world. I'm an author, speaker, minister, Black mental health matters advocate, and God's voice for the millennial generation. I am Jasmine Lynn Pope, and I am turning my wildest dreams into the greatest reality. Hey everybody, guess what? We are back. It is our day, Saturday. We're right back here for Purpose Talk. For those of you who don't know, I am Jasmine Pope. I am your host, and I am so excited that you are here. I don't know even what to say. I'm a jazz of all trades, okay? I do so many things. I'm the owner of Jasmine Enterprises, which encompasses my personal brand, my first brand, Blessings in Disguise Counseling and Coaching, and my amazing conference, the Pretty, Powerful, Purposeful Conference. We are in October, y'all, and guess what? That means we are entering month 3 of doing Purpose Talk. And so, as I say each and every Saturday, I am so honored that you would tune in, whether that is by Buckeye Channel 69, Facebook, or YouTube. I cannot do this without you. So thank you for being here. So let's get right into it. October is a very significant month in my life. Not that anything major happened, but it is a month that is near to me because my mother, Tracy Lynn Sterling, was a 3-time breast cancer survivor. I still believe that she is a survivor. I don't believe that she lost her fight to it, even though she passed away 5 years ago. But October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I want to start this episode with just encouraging all of you, whether you're male or female, because breast cancer does impact males as well, but especially for females, to make sure that you are going and getting your screenings. I know it is something that we don't want to face, we don't want to think about in terms of having cancer and having to endure treatment and things of that nature, but early detection is very key. I have had 2 scares where they found lumps initially, and then it came back that there was nothing. But it is very imperative for me to get my checks every year. I actually have to go twice a year, being that my mom was diagnosed at the age of 36. So yeah, she was very young when she was first diagnosed. She passed away at 46. And so I have been supposed to get checked since I was 26. I did start, but I was pregnant during some of that time and breastfeeding and things of that nature. So I did push it off, but I started back again this year with getting my mammogram. I'll go back in about a month or so, and I'll get my MRI done, and just making sure that we are taking care of ourselves, especially as African American women, because it is very prevalent within our community, and we are more likely to die from it because we do not get the early testing that we need to catch it in time and be able to get the treatment that we need. So I encourage you, whether you are young or old, make sure that you are scheduling those yearly exams, you're doing self-examinations at home, whatever you need to do to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, because it is not something that is very easy to deal with. Whether you are the person going through it or you are the family that is surrounding that person. And so I just want to make sure that I take a moment out of, this show to talk about that, to make sure that we are aware that there are many resources that are available for you to get the screenings that you need, even if you don't have insurance. And so, just taking part in all of those different things. I want to especially shout out as well Sierra Farmer, who is one of my social work friends. who was recently diagnosed and is going through her treatment now. And she is just a light and a ray of hope for all of us who are young and maybe dealing with some things, but she is definitely dealing with something that is very hard and unimaginable. But I commend her for her courage. I commend her for her strength. And I want to send light, love, prayers, encouragement to her as she goes on this journey. And so just, if you know of someone who is a survivor, if you know of someone who maybe had a family member that had it and now they are deceased, send them some light and love and encouragement during this month, because we all need it. But most importantly, we need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, getting those screenings done, and making sure that we are healthy. So this, once again, this is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are going to be promoting that all of this month and even beyond, because it's very necessary for us to take care of ourselves. And so just wanted to throw that little highlight out there, but once again, recognizing anyone who has dealt with breast cancer, we honor you and we salute you. All right, let me take a quick break and we'll be right back. Hey guys, this is a quick commercial break just to let you know that I wrote a book. Yep, that's right. Your girl Jasmine wrote a book, and it is titled In the Middle, Learning How to Navigate the Process to Purpose. In this book, you get a real life touch with seeing how I've gone through my life and how I was able to use the various experiences that I've gone through to find my purpose, as well as spiritual, inspirational, and motivational messages that will help encourage you to find your purpose and walk fully in that, or take it to the next level. This book is something that you need in your possession. It's for you, it's for your girlfriends, it's for your guy friends, it's for your church groups, it's for whoever. So make sure you go to the website www.blessingsinthesky.com and get your copy today. In the Middle, Learning How to Navigate the Process to Purpose. You need this. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, guys, so let's get back into the show. So for those of you who know me, who have been with me on this journey, y'all know that I always seek clarity on what I'm supposed to speak before I even come on here, because I never want to get on and say anything that is just out of myself or out of timing, out of turn, or whatever. And so I'm very intentional about what I come on and share. And so I'm just really excited to be able to share this message, because I think it is very necessary for what we are enduring, but what I'm going through personally, and just where we see ourselves in life, right? And so this weekend, my husband took me to Cleveland. I've been telling him that I felt a little overwhelmed and that I was, I've had a lot on my plate. I always have a lot on my plate, but it's just been a lot. And I felt like I was losing my footing and my tracking. And so he was like, you know what, let's just go away for a day. Let's just get some rest and, take care of ourselves. Cool, no problem. And so we were in the hotel that night after we had come from dinner, and he had turned on the movie Just Mercy. And so while he was asleep, I was sitting there watching the movie as well as reading. But the one part that actually really stuck out to me was, so in the movie Just Mercy, JD is on death row for being accused of killing a white woman, back during the time of civil rights. And so Brian comes from up north down south. He's a lawyer, and he's looking to this case and wants to help JD get off of death row and ultimately get these charges dismissed against him for being wrongfully accused. And so they had a trial where they were trying to get a retrial for these accusations, and so they were denied. And so they're sitting in the jail in a room together, and so JD is really just giving him some background information on his history and his life, and the times and where he lived. And so as he goes through all of this, he looks at Brian and says, "Are you done fighting?" And it was like in that moment, it seemed that Brian wanted to give up because he did not ultimately get the outcome right in that moment that he desired to get. He wanted to give up because he felt like it was pointless. But it was in that moment when JD asked him, "Are you done fighting?" that it seems like there was a new spark, that there was a new light lit within him, that he could not give up, that he had to keep going after this thing that he wanted, ultimately getting these charges dismissed because this man was wrongfully accused, right? And so it just really resonated with me that in these times that we are in, it seems that people within this time frame in this generation, however you want to look, are really quick to give up. But I wanted to come on and encourage someone that it is not time to quit, but just keep fighting. Just keep fighting. We are fighting for purpose, in purpose, on purpose, each and every day. As y'all know, this is Purpose Talk, so we're going to make it relate and bring it back to purpose. But if you're not fighting for something, then what are you doing, right? And so when we look at our lives, when we look at our purpose is what God created us to do in this earth to bring glory to his name. There is something that you are supposed to be doing to bring glory to God's name. It is an assignment that is only for you. Let's remember that. Let's get that right. It's only for you. It may seem like people are doing the same thing that you're doing. They're in the same field as you. They have the same business as you, but there is something within that business in that lane that you're in that is a specific purpose just for you. You are called and meant to reach a certain demographic of people that only you can reach. And so when we look at what our purpose is, oftentimes we want the easy route, right? We want purpose to just come and it brings us the money and it brings us the good life. And it just seems that that is what life is all about. And really, when we were given our purpose before we were even born, but when God begins to manifest that purpose out of us, it is not going to come to you easy. There is going to be a fight that you have to endure to be strengthened, to be motivated, to be encouraged, to keep going in purpose. And so once again, now is not the time to give up, but now is the time to keep fighting. When we look at the biblical context of the word fight, in the Greek definition, the word fight means to contend for a prize. There is a prize that comes at the end of any fight, right? When you come out and you get the victory in the situation, there is a prize. We are not fighting to get a world title belt like Toledo's very own Robert Easter Jr. We are not coming out of this to get our name put in, bright lights, although that would be great. And it could happen for you, but that is not what this fight is for. We are fighting for a prize. We are fighting to show people that we can make it through everything that has come against us, that is coming at us, that we are fighting to bring the glory to God's name and to win people for him. And so no matter what it is that you are going through, no matter what it is that you are feeling, you have to keep fighting. As I talked about my mom a little while ago, my mom was truly a fighter. Once again, 10 years. Can you imagine being in the fight of your life, for your life, for 10 years? She had breast cancer 3 different times. One when I believe I was a junior in high school, once when I was in college, and then she got diagnosed the last time in 2013. And so on and off for 10 years, she was fighting. But one of the things that I could say about my mom was that she knew how to fight the right way. There were definitely moments where she was human and her emotions and things got to her, because who wouldn't, when your body is racked with pain and you're getting all of these medications and you're getting treatment and you've had surgeries to think that it's going to help, and ultimately your life is on the line, right? But my mom knew the right way to fight, and she fought with her faith. Her faith was what kept her going each and every day, no matter how many chemo treatments she had to go through, no matter how many radiation treatments she had to go through, no matter how many flights that she had to take back and forth from a cancer treatment center. She knew that it was her faith that would get her through this. And so I believe that even in those last moments of her life, her faith allowed her to believe that that was not the end for her. And so I just want to say that to someone who's listening, that whatever you're going through right now, whatever it is that you're fighting through, it is not the end for you, but it's just the beginning. It is the beginning of the strengthening of your faith to keep going, to keep trusting, to keep believing that God is using you for a special purpose. So many times we allow those things to make us get down and get weak. And so, yes, there is a physical nature to it where sometimes we do get weak, we do get tired. But even in that, through that, keeping our faith, keeping connected to God, that He gives us the strength to keep enduring, to keep going, to keep pushing forward for whatever our purpose in life is. And so beyond seeing my mom, keep her faith level high, she was a praying woman. She knew how to fight in the spirit against anything that would come. And so this is not the time that, as you're going through whatever situation that you're facing, whatever things that you're going through that is helping you get to this next level in your purpose, that you stop praying. Praying is very key. It's necessary. I think in many shows, if you go back and you listen to them, I talk about prayer so much because it is what we need. It is not something that has to be so extravagant that it's King James Version and thou and thus and all of these different things. But prayer is communication with God. You speaking to Him, you giving Him your troubles, you telling Him what you're dealing with, but then also allowing Him to speak back to you so He can give you the tools, the tips, the strategies that you need to make it through this fight. Remember, you are contending for a prize. The prize is your purpose. The prize is the blessings that will come because you've been obedient, because you've been steadfast, because you've continued to endure in spite of what you are feeling in your flesh, that you've got to keep fighting. And so talking to God, He will give you each and everything that you need to endure, to make it in this fight. Don't give up. Don't give up on prayer. It is so very necessary. And when you can't find the words to say, write it out. I keep a prayer journal because there are certain days where it's just like, God, I need to release, but I don't know how to say it. And so sometimes you just have to write it out, and then you can be able to go back and repeat it out loud if you need to, or leave it there and He'll speak to you in your thoughts later or in your dreams, and you can go back and rewrite, down what He spoke to you so that you can keep those things going. But it's very necessary to make sure that you keep prayer as one of your tools in this fight. You have to have that communication with Him so that you know what steps to take, you know which moves to make or not to make, because we never want to do the wrong thing that can delay or make this fight even harder than what it already is. Remember, the fight is building you. The fight is strengthening you. The fight is giving you another level of endurance to keep going. But if you miss that, you may not have it to make it, or it just takes a little bit longer. So keep prayer as a part of it. Know what you're fighting for. So many times we get involved in situations or things where we feel like we just have to speak or be involved to be involved, or doing things just to be doing things. I know I've been there where I've picked up so many things, and like I talked about in the last episode, I put so many different things on my plate thinking that that is what I was supposed to be doing when it wasn't, and it was really a hindrance to the purpose that God had for my life. And so really know what it is that you're fighting for. You have your own lane of what you are doing. You have your own lane of what your purpose is. You have your own lane of the direction that your life is headed. And when you begin to veer into and you're taking on other fights or unnecessary fights or wrong fights, it takes away that energy that God is trying to give you. It takes away that strength. It takes away that endurance. So you have to know what is meant for you. Right? You have to know who is meant for you. You have to know who to have in your corner. Every person has a corner. Every person that's in a fight has someone in their corner that's helping them, guide them, giving them that motivation and that encouragement that they need in this fight called life. And if you don't have those right people in your corner saying, hey, you can do this. Hey, you can keep going. Hey, you've got this. Hey, I'm here to support you, to motivate you, to encourage you, to pray for you. You need to assess that. and continuing to talk about my mom and, just everything that she endured, when she passed away, to see the women who she had told me about for so long, but to actually be able to see them and see them in such a positive light, even after she had passed away, because not only had they been there for my mom, but my mom had been that person for them. She was the one who kind of went through to begin with, and then she got connected with these other women who had endured or were enduring the same thing that she had been. And so just to see how she had been that motivation and that encouragement for them meant something to me. And so that is to say that not only do you need to have the right people in your corner as you're fighting, but you need to be the person that's right in someone else's corner, because as you're going through, other people are going through as well. And so we work with one another to help keep pushing each other moving forward in this fight, and whatever that God has you going through and doing. So make sure that not only do you have the right people in your corner, but you're being the right person in the corner for others. And that all ties into, once again, what are you fighting for? Because if you're not fighting for the right things and having the right people in that fight with you, it could be a losing battle, okay? And we don't want to see that. So we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep doing whatever it is that God told us to do. But the main thing is to know that you've already got the victory. And that comes with having the right mindset in the fight. You guys know I'm big on making sure that we have the right mindset, because what we think impacts what we feel. What we feel impacts what we do. And so when we have the right mindset, we feel good about ourselves, right? When we have that mindset that says, yes, girl, you can go out here, you can do it all. You are walking in purpose and living the life that God has called for you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are powerful. You are strong. You are mighty. You are a warrior. You are who God is going to use to bring change into this world. When you can speak that even for yourself, when nobody else speaks it, when nobody else says it, but you can say it about yourself, it makes you feel really, really good. Yes, being motivated and uplifted by others is very important to our lives. We need it, but sometimes you have to have it for yourself. Because when you can't get in touch with that friend, or if they're going through their own situation, you have to have you. You have to have you in a place of having a good mindset so that you can do what it is that you're supposed to do. And so having that good mindset and knowing who you are and whose you are sets you up to have the mindset to know that you already have the victory. And when you know that you already have the victory, we can believe that no weapons that are formed against you shall prosper. So yes, they will come. Yes, you're going to endure some fights. Yes, you're going to have situations come up. Your finances may not always be in the right place. You may be going through in your relationships. You may be going through with your friends. You may be trying to get in school and dealing with obstacle after obstacle. You're trying to get money to finance your business, and it seems like you're running into so many different things. But when you know that you know that you know that you know that you've already got the victory, there is nothing or no one that can come and defeat you. There is nothing and no one that can come and sway you off this path of purpose that you're on, knowing that you've already got the victory. So believe it, know it, feel it deep within your heart that you do have the victory. I want somebody to say that right now. Type it on the screen, share it on your Facebook post. I've already got the victory. I'm believing that for somebody today, that you came on here and you were feeling down and you were feeling hopeless, and you might have even be feeling depressed or thinking that your life is worth nothing, that you're not going to make it, that this is the end of the road, that you should just give up. But I am here to tell you that you've got the victory. You just have to put that in your mindset. Keep it there. Put it on your wall. Put it on your phone. Write it wherever you need to. But trust and believe that you've already got it. It's already yours. You just got to believe it. You got to trust the process and see this thing through. Keep fighting. Don't stop fighting. Don't give up. Don't give up too soon. I just want to encourage somebody. Don't give up too soon. Don't let go. Because if you keep fighting in the strength that God has given you, you will see the victory. I'm a living witness that when you just keep trusting and you keep believing that even when things come to knock you down, that you thought would knock you down, but you were able to bounce back and get back up again because you realize that you got to keep going, that you can keep going, because now is not the time for you to quit. There's a little bit more ahead, but you've already got the victory. So once again, I just came on today to give you this message. Keep fighting. Find your strength in the one who can give it to you, not in yourself, not in the things of this world, but trusting in the amazing God who gives us strength to keep going each and every day. You've got the victory already. I'm just going to leave you with that. We'll be right back after this and we'll end the show. All right, y'all, we have come to the end of another great episode. Thank you for being here with me, whether you are watching it right now on Buckeye Channel 69, whether you're watching it on Facebook Live, YouTube, or you're catching a replay. I am just so appreciative of you. And once again, as we close this out, just keep fighting because you've already got the victory. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see you here again, same time, same place, next Saturday, 6 p.m. for another episode of Purpose Talk. Y'all have a great weekend and a great week. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon. Take care. All right, y'all, we have come to the end of another great episode. Thank you for being here with me, whether you are watching it right now on Buckeye Channel 69, whether you're watching it on Facebook Live, YouTube, or you're catching a replay. I am just so appreciative of you. And once again, as we close this out, just keep fighting because you've already got the victory. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see you here again, same time, same place, next Saturday, 6 p.m. for another episode of Purpose Talk. Y'all have a great weekend and a great week. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon.